代の映画人というシリーズを始めたいと思います。これは私の出会う映画監督、俳優、脚本家、映画評論家などをインタビューしていきたいと思います。実はもうかなり溜まっているのですが、字幕が滞っています。第1回目の今日はイタリアのアレサンドロ・コモディン監督をインタビューします。監督とはロカルの映画祭で出会いました。監督は今年の2022年のロカルの映画祭の審査員特別賞を取りました。監督はすでに2011年に現代の映画部門若い監督にあげる賞ですけれども、それで最高賞の金の票賞を取っています。この映画「ジジの冒険」っていう映画で今年賞を取ったんですけれども、これは監督の温かい人柄の出た温かいユニークな映画です。これはドキュメンタリーとフィクションとファンタジーが混ざってるんですね。とても不思議な映画でした。ユニークな映画でした。実は私今自分のドキュメンタリーを撮ろうとしていて、どういうふうに語ろうか悩んでいたんですけれども、この映画がヒントになりました。監督どうもありがとうございます。ジジはイタリアの田舎の警官です。パトロール警官です。人間的で村の人に慕われています。このジジは監督の実際のおじさんで実際の警官です。ジジは監督のお生まれになった家に住んでいます。最初映画はのんびり警官としてのジジの日常を追います。そこに鉄道の人身事故があります。そしてジジは取りつかれます。この事故に取りつかれます。そしてだんだん彼の心の闇に入っていきます。ドキュメンタリーの要素の多いこの映画をコモディン監督が具体的にどう撮ったか、新しい映画作家であり映画評論家の私にとってとても面白い率直なお話を聞けました。インタビューはロカルの映画祭のカンパニーラウンジというところでいたしました。それで周りが赤いです。ではインタビュー行きましょう。 I saw your film twice. First time I was confused. I tried to figure it out what it is.What is the genre of this and what you are trying to say, and a lot of thinking. And the second time I just relaxed and I really enjoyed your film. And you said that you try to make a film corresponding to yourself.
Yes.
Did you find
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Well, you know, I make films to enjoy life. And as I have the privilege to make this job, I want to do it very well, in a very good way, very tender and with love, because I want to share modestly my point of view and what I like in life. So, if you come from Japan, for example, and you can recognize something that touches you from my village,
yes.
I am very touched and moved, because I believe that when you look in little things, little spaces, very far from universal things that we all know, you can touch much more people than all these universal things that you are used to. So if you watch the film twice and the first you were a little bit lost, it's a good thing. Because it's normal. We don't know each other.
Right.
Maybe we are from different countries.
Right.
And when you come to my village, it's normal, you feel lost.
Well, lost is more like filmmaking, but your village, I was surprised. Gigi is your own uncle.
Yes.
And most of the people are there, are real people. They are very natural, very open, and was it a lot of work for them to act naturally like this?
Yes.
It was a lot of work, I guess.
Yes, we worked for, this is my village, the village where I come from, so I know it very well.
Yeah.
I know my uncle since I was born, so I know him very well. But it doesn't mean that I can make a film with him.
Right.
So it's a job, it's a work. And maybe it's more difficult to make a film with a person that you know well than other people. So we spend 5 years more or less to understand how to film my uncle.
Okay.
Yes, it's the question of point of view, and for the other people, we try to work. It depends on the characters they have, but if they are colleagues of Gigi, well, they are colleagues of Gigi, and I looked for the people who. That they love Gigi. They have all the people there in the film love Gigi. So this is the first thing. So I put like I spend a lot of time trying to understand where to put my camera, more or less, how to film. After that, there is also another aspect, is that I don't make movies with a large crew. We are very few people, like 12 persons, which is quite a lot for people who are not actors, like Gigi. But it was, we were like a family in the crew. We all know each other very well, and we trust each other. Everybody can do everything, more or less.
Right.
There's no hierarchy, between the director and the slave. Everything is very horizontal.
Okay.
And so that way of working, of course, includes people who are filmed. And so they feel natural because in that space that I choose with my camera, they felt comfortable.
And the story, did you made up the story from the beginning, or just the story kind of evolved?
Yes. Well, at the beginning there was a garden, the garden of my uncle. After that, I wanted to make a film in the garden where I grew up. I used to play inside hide and seek when I was a child, so I know this garden very well. And as Gigi now lives there, and he made the plants and the trees grow up
On purpose.
On purpose, of course, because he likes to be protected by the trees. So at the beginning there were a garden, my uncle, his neighbor. After that, I wanted to make a detective film because my uncle was a policeman, and he was the policeman of the village. Okay, he's a very authority, but a very bizarre authority because he's Gigi, very provocative. He laughs a lot. He's a policeman, very strange. And I liked it because often when you think about a policeman, you think about like somebody who doesn't have a heart or a soul, doesn't have feelings.
Right.
And I love to have a policeman with a heart who fell in love, who likes to make things that are not expected to a policeman. I like this subversive character. And but I didn't know what kind of story, what kind of story or what kind of things he has to investigate about. And And one day, a woman threw herself under the train in the close to the cemetery and at the field of football, the football court. There is the train that passed by, and this is the place very sad because all the people. There is a lot of people who threw themselves under the train in the village, which is a sad thing. But it happens. So I decided that Gigi, as he is very sensitive, very tender, but also very obsessive, he has also a very dark side. And when he thinks about law, is the universal law. It's his law. Gigi la legge, Gigi the law is his law, the universal law of the trees, you know. So for him, it's not right that people commit suicide. So he started to investigate about something impossible to investigate.
Authentic in a documentary way, but I feel this movie is more mystical, like fantasy or conte fairy story. There's the quality of it. That there is a dreamy and with a ghost, and also something that legend about Gigi.
Of course.
Right. And he does a daily conversation, but it's very like a legend. You know? He's funny and full of humor himself. So to me, it's more, I feel very strongly like a legend, fairy tale.
Oh, thank you very much, because I believe in that.
Okay.
It's what I like the most in movies and making movies, because I make my personal way of making films. And I try to do it very personally, not using different tools or different ingredients, normal classical films. I try to make it by myself, with my little cuisine, like my little kitchen. And what I discovered, because I come from the countryside. I'm not, my parents don't go to the cinema. I come from the people of the countryside. So I'm very manual person. No? I use my hands. I like to touch things. So I like to film. So what I discovered is that if I stay in a place and I look a person that I like, that I love, because I decided that this person is interesting and it's very important to show this person. I put this person in a place, which is a very important place for me and for the person. So I film the link between me, the person, and the person with the place. And if I stay there, when I found a good place to watch, I stay there. I just film without touch anything. I can put something wrong, something different, something artificial if you want, but very low budget, very delicate, okay, very little. I can put something fictional, but everything is raw. And if I stay there for 5-10 minutes and I make a shot very well done and where I can wait for something happens. And so I discovered that working like that, okay, of course it needs time, but working like that, it's like reality transforming herself in something more. So with the raw shot, you can think about a lot of things. You can think about fairy tales, you can think about legends, you can think about a lot of things, because that way of working can transcend the reality in other things.
Usually you fix one person
Yes.
person driving or person other way, and I found this very interesting and really capture this person. It's not acting; it's really
Yes, it's very interesting. It's very simple. I mean, I like simple things that are the most difficult things to do, of course. But I like to be the simpler that I can, and I try to work with that little simple elements. Because when you edit these simple elements, it's like with every cut. It's like even if you don't know cinema, you don't know how to make films, you feel that something happened. It's when the cut is not invisible. The cut between the shots are not invisible. They show themselves. And for me, it's very moving because with a simple cut, you can you can tell a story just with a simple cut. It's like with just 2 shots and the rhythm of the editing, you start creating something suspense. So you don't show anything dramatic. Nothing happens.
that conversation must have been his fantasy.
Of course.
Of course.
Yes. Well, the story is the film is a film about a man imagining things that are not true.
Oh, really?
Yes, maybe. We don't know. The doubt is there.
That's right, yeah.
And when you start doubting that things are real or false, or true or false, for me, as an audience, I'm very happy because I really don't know what it is.
Okay.
Is it true or is it false?
Yeah.
Is it what he imagines or what is going to happen?
Yeah.
We are not sure, and in this mystery, I think that it's nice to be there in theater.
Yes, I like that too. Do you have any project?
Yes, I have.
Already here?
Yes, there's in my hands. In my hands,
Okay,
yes.
yeah.
I wrote a story now, and I am looking for the main character to.
Actor or?
No, of course, no. It's a girl. It's a girl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a young girl who makes a vacation holiday film, and summer with a girl who never been in holidays in her life. This is my next movie.
Oh wow. So
And maybe I found the girl.
Character and actor at the same time, or character first?
No. She's a young girl from the countryside, very pretty and very authentic, who never go in holidays in her life. And I want to make a film to take her in holidays.
Oh, okay.
That's nice.
A bit like Gigi style.
Yes.
It's a documentary but turned into some fictional world. Oh, that sounds wonderful. 通常は映画レビューしています。またツイッターの方で私の見ている映画、最新映画や日本公開前の映画、古い映画のコメントも載せています。そちらもご覧になってください。